Very important that everybody who's watching this video understands and watch it to the end. It might make a difference between you actually winning the green card and getting the visa, or winning the green card and being denied a visa. Hello and happy Valentine's, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is NAFULA. If you've not subscribed to my channel, I highly recommend that you subscribe. But if you've already subscribed to my channel, I just want to say thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing my videos. Thank you for watching my videos, liking, and even putting a comment on my videos. So today I'll be talking about something that's really important. So if you applied for the green card lottery last year, or if you already won the green card lottery, this information is going to be very important, especially on the section of marriage. So today I'll be talking about the marriage because I received a hosting request from this lady who made a mistake of putting, married, but then she's single, but then she's been living with this guy for like a number of years. So she has an interview coming up and she's like, what am I gonna do? So that's why I decided to address this issue right now, because I know this issue can really make you, after you win the green card lottery, you might not be able to immigrate to the United States. Just from making a simple mistake like that. You put you're either single and you're married, or you're married and you're single, or maybe you're married under customary law, but then you put married but you don't have a marriage certificate. So that's why it's important you watch this video to the end, because this is really gonna be important. So if you applied as married and you're single, but you've been living with this person for a very long time, there's a way around it, and I'm gonna be explaining in this video. And it's important you follow the steps, because if you make a mistake and then you go to the embassy and then there's wrong dates in your marriage certificate, you're gonna have a problem. They might deny you a visa, and you've paid for all those processing the visa, and going to the embassy and all that. It costs money, so you don't want to waste your money. So it's really important that you pay attention to what I'm going to be talking about. So I'm going to give you an example. So this is a lady who got married under customary law. They've been living together, they don't have a marriage certificate, they just went to the parents and then they said, we are married. So they're married under customary law, but then they don't have documentation to show that they are married. So if they show up to the embassy on their interview date, and then they tell the immigration guy that we're married under customary law, America does not recognize customary law. You have to understand that. So you have to have proof that your marriage is recognized by your country, not just saying it. You need to have proof. So if you're in that situation, what are you going to do about it? That's what we want to find out, right? So this is the process, and how you begin the process really matters a lot. So before you go to the embassy, you won the green card lottery, you want to go to the embassy. What do you need? You need a passport, right? When you apply for the passport, they ask you your marriage or marital status, depending on what country you're from, but they will ask you if you're married or not. So if you applied for the green card lottery and you said you're married, but then you applied for your passport and you said you're single, you say we have two conflicting situations here, so that one doesn't match another one. The passport, you're single, but then you're married when you applied for the passport. So if you're married under customary law, you need to apply the passport as married. I don't know if you're getting me. So if you got married under customary law, the first thing you need to do, if you've been living with somebody for a number of years, maybe you have kids together, what you need to do is to make sure that thing that exists already is recognized by your government. And if you're from Kenya, where I'm from, you can get something that's called an affidavit of marriage. And what is that? That's a legal document, and what that document does, it tells somebody that these two are married under customary law, right? So you meet with a lawyer or whatever legal team, and you say I've been married to this guy for 10 years, I've been married for 7 years, I've been married for 5 years, so we're not getting married now. I've been married for 5 years. So when you get that document will state like this person and this person have been married under customary law from this particular date. So they will backdate that. So if you're married in 2010, they'll be like, this person is married to this person and they've been married since 2010. So in that case, if you have kids, they'll be like, they've been married for 10 years and then now you have like 5 children, you have 2 children, you have whatever children. But they will backdate it. You were married in 2010, not in 2022. So the affidavit of marriage will legalize your customary marriage. It will give it like strength, like it will give it legality. So when you go to like you have to present the document somewhere, they'll be like, this shows like, the government of Kenya recognized this as a customary marriage. Before you go any further, you have to understand that this does not apply to all the countries. This applies to only the countries that recognize customary marriage. Not all countries do. In Kenya, fortunately, customary marriage is recognized. So since it's recognized, having an affidavit of marriage is proof that you've been married. Okay? So once you get the affidavit of marriage, which is a proof of marriage, you can go ahead and apply for the passport. Because if you apply for the passport, you're gonna say you're married. You're not single, you're married. Because you get what? You got the proof of marriage as the affidavit of marriage. So that's step number 1. Step number 1 is to find a lawyer so that you can legalize your customary marriage and get an affidavit of marriage. And this affidavit of marriage usually is backdated to the date when you were married. Okay, so now that you have the affidavit of marriage, you're like, okay, now I have the affidavit of marriage. Can I get a marriage certificate? Absolutely yes. So if you have the affidavit of marriage and you need a marriage certificate, you can go to an attorney general to get your marriage certificate, like to do like, a ceremony over there, a little thing, or you can have like a wedding, whatever you prefer, right? To actually like formalize, call your people if you need to call your people, or just go to an attorney general and then, get a marriage certificate. So this is where the affidavit of marriage comes to play. If you go to the attorney general to apply for the marriage certificate, when you get the marriage certificate, usually if you're single, they'll be like, what? The marital status was single and now they're getting married today, right? But you have been married since 2010. So the marriage certificate is not going to say single. That's a very important component. The marital status needs to say married under customary law. It's a marriage certificate. So somebody who's single, the marital status is going to say single because they're married today. But since you were married through customary marriage, the marriage certificate will say married under customary marriage. And then they might put a date there, like married under customary marriage since 2010. So the marriage certificate, the date on the marriage certificate will be today in 2022. So you're registering the marriage and you're getting a marriage certificate in 2022. So they will say these two people, yeah, they're married, it says 2022, but then they're not getting married as single. They were married before under customary law, which was in 2022. There'll be two different, like if you're looking at the certificates, a marriage certificate of a single person and a marriage certificate of a married person, there'll be two different marriage certificates. In that, the status of marital status, on the single, it will say single. On the married under customary law, it will say married under customary law. And that's what will save you when you go to the embassy. Because the embassy will see the marriage certificate, the date is after you applied for the green card lottery. But then it said, as much as that date is after, there's that piece that says oh, they were not single, they were married under customary law. And that's in 20 whatever. And even if it's not, there's no date there, some countries they don't put a date there, but you have the affidavit of marriage that states you're married in 2010, and then you have the marriage certificate that says, okay, this guy is getting married today, but he was married before. That's what will like validate your claim of you're married before you applied for your green card. So once you get your marriage certificate, this marriage certificate needs to be certified. In America, usually every document you need to certify it to show, it's like, okay, other than the marriage certificate, it was certified. And usually you get certified, some countries is a year, or the certification might last 2 to 3 years, depending on the country. So after you get the affidavit of marriage, you get your marriage certificate. The third thing, you're gonna get your marriage certificate certified. So when you go to the embassy, guess how many documents you have? You have 3 documents. And when you have these 3 documents, they say, okay, this person is married under customary law. As much as the marriage certificate says something different, they won't care about that date. You're following me? So let me give you an example. If somebody applied as married, but they were not married even under customary law, and then they decide, okay, I want the green card lottery, let me run to the AG and we get married today. And they don't have an affidavit of marriage. When that person goes there, the marriage certificate will state the date that they are getting married. So if they're getting married like in February now, it's gonna state February 2022, right? So when it states that, when you go to the embassy, you applied for the green card lottery last year or the year before, right? And then now you're showing up getting married in February 2022. You will not get a visa, because guess what? You lied on your application, and they don't like people who lie on the application. America is very big on lies. So if you lied on your application, you're not gonna get that visa. So it's important that if you lied, you correct your lie before you even show up, right? I'm not saying, like I say, cheza kama wewe, the way I usually say it. People from Kenya, they know what I mean by that. But if you know that you made a mistake like that, customary marriages are acceptable in Kenya, so you can go ahead and get an affidavit of marriage, get a marriage certificate, get your marriage certified, and you'll be good to go. The other way, where you're just going to get married and then you show up with a certificate, you will get denied, because on your marriage certificate it will say single, and then you're getting married. It won't say married under customary law. It will say you are single. So that is an important piece. And also, if you apply for the passport, it's important like everything matches. So if you said you're married in your application, make sure when you apply for the passport, you also apply as married. If you have to like say something, stick to it to the end. Don't say, okay, in the passport I'm applying as single, but then over here you're saying I applied as married. It doesn't work that way. I never thought about talking about it in detail. And I'm like, wait, there's so many people who are making these mistakes and probably they're getting denied a visa. Let me address the marriage issue. So I did it like a brief, I addressed it before, after the application of the green card lottery. If you check my videos, there's one that says how to add your girlfriend to your green card application. I covered this topic, but because, the title is a little bit off, maybe people are missing it. But if you know a friend who won the green card lottery, or who have applied for the green card lottery maybe in the last year, make sure you send them this video, because this video might be the difference between if they make it to America or not. Marital status is one of the bigger things that makes people not to get a visa, not to get their green card approved. If there's doubt on your marriage and you cannot like verify, or you cannot back what you answered on your green card lottery, you might get denied. So it's very important that everything stays consistent. Your application for the passport, your application on your green card, and your application when you go to the embassy, all your stories need to match. If you're saying like, oh, I don't know this, I don't know that, you might be denied a visa. Hope this helps. Are you currently a registered nurse in Africa, Asia, or outside the United States? Are you interested in coming to work in America as a registered nurse? If your answer is yes, please go to NAFULAconnect.com. You want to select foreign educated registered nurse tab, and then you're going to go down and you're going to fill that form, and then the form will come to us, and then we'll review your qualifications, and if you qualify to work here, somebody will be contacting you with the next steps. So if you're interested in working in America as a registered nurse, please go to my website NAFULAconnect.com and you want to sign up. Also, if you're interested in host and guest pairing, so if you're over there and you don't know anybody in America and you want the green card lottery, you can go to NAFULAconnect.com and the host and guest pairing, and you're gonna fill that form, and the form will come to me, and then we'll see the availability of hosts, and we will pair you with a host. So if you're a DV lottery winner, and then we'll pair you with a host. And also if you're in America and you can host somebody, you can charge them, or you can agree, you know, like if you need childcare, they can help you with that. So you can just go to my website if you're a host and sign up to be a host, to host somebody, the green card lottery winner. So if you're a registered nurse, or if you're a DV lottery winner needing a place to stay when you get here, or if you're a host willing to host a green card lottery winner, go to my website and sign up. Thanks for watching.